Okay, so got some unexpected news today concerning Adelai. Chad had just taken Tenny. He was going to get a power cord for me because I'm pretty sure he left mine at the hospital, and the hospital is not doing a lost and found right now because of the Rona. And anyway, he left to get Tenny, or he left with Tenny to pick up that and a couple of other things. And I was gonna spend that 2 hours plus, cleaning up the house, catching up on laundry, doing lots of things that need to be done that can't get done when you have a toddler around. And anyway, they had just left. I had just picked up the living room and was about to fold laundry, and I get a call from Adelai's doctor saying that that her newborn blood work screening that is required by the state came back with some abnormal thyroid levels. They were slightly elevated, and even though they were only slightly elevated, the state requires for an additional screening to be done to see whether or not she needs to be put on medication for a congenital hypothyroidism. I think it's congenital hypothyroidism, or what else needs to be done, if anything. So they said with newborns, since her levels were only slightly elevated, they're not necessarily concerned. They think that, there's a big possibility we're going to do the additional screening and then the levels will come back totally normal. But it has to be done. So at this point, I'm not going to be concerned. I'm going to, especially since her levels were only slightly elevated, I'm just going to get the screening done, and that will take a couple days to come back, and we'll decide how concerned we need to be from that point on. I got that call, and we immediately had to go to her doctor. I say immediately. Within an hour, I tried to leave with Adelai. It was a little longer than an hour because she was just about to eat, and then of course I had to burp her, and then I had to change her diaper, and then I had to put her clothes on, and then as we were walking out, she pooped again, so I had to change that diaper. And then we get out to the car, and because we have recently switched cars, her car seat was not installed, so I had to install the car seat, and all of those things take a lot of time. So it was a little over an hour before we got out of the house, but we went straight to her doctor's, picked up the prescription, and then the actual test has to be done at the hospital. So we're back at the hospital, and I'll let you guys know how this goes. Hey, Addy. Hi, baby girl. We're already back.
We left the room of fight once again, love. Yeah, we said some things we didn't mean, hun. I always start the fight and you put the fire out. I always say too much and I get jealous. I never hear you out and that is selfish. I always start the fight and you put the fire out. I'm sorry for the way we left things. I know you're hurting. I didn't mean to start a war. I'm still learning how to talk about my feelings. You know it is hard sometimes. Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my all to you. If you give me one more try, I might just realize that it will always be us two. Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure.
Okay, so the nice lady pricked her heel and got the rest of the blood for the blood screening that we needed to do. And she was so nice. She offered to let us just nurse right here in the room so that then I could take the bandage off of Adelai as soon as she's done nursing. the lab technician said that it's important that you don't leave the bandage on too long because it's a binder, and so it will start acting as a tourniquet. So she's letting us breastfeed in here, and then as soon as we're done, I'm going to take the bandage off and give her foot a rest. And if it doesn't bleed anymore, then I can just leave the bandage off. If it continues to bleed, she gave me some more bandages to use. And it looks like we're also going to need a diaper change now. See how we're doing. We got a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much. I think a Band-Aid would do. Ask for a Band-Aid. Tiny. Okay. This is what happens when you're a breastfeeding mom. So that's toothpaste. But look how lopsided I am. Addy just fed from this one, as you can tell. And I am so lopsided now. Look at that. Even, look, this one's totally flat. And that one on the outside is not. The joys of breastfeeding. Ready, honey? Is it a smile? When babies are this age, they love their car seat because it like cuddles them in, like swaddling. And then when they become a 2-year-old, actually sometime between 1 and 2, they start having this really big problem with their car seat and evolve into pumas or mountain lions or something else that's very fierce whenever you try to put them in it. If your toddler gives you a massive amount of fight when you try to put them in their car seat, please like this video. So when we went in and got checked in and gave the receptionist our prescription for the lab tests, she was such a sweetheart and let us know, you know, you don't have to worry. The only reason you are here is because 2 of these screenings are required by the state. And now, as long as everything is good with the baby and with you, we only require you to stay at this hospital for 24 hours. So you're not here long enough for 2 screenings to be done, essentially. And that's why you're back. It's not because there's an abnormal reading on the test. 2 tests are automatically required, and that is why you're here. And so I just wish the doctor's office would let you know that, right? And that's what this woman said. She said, you know, I have mother after mother coming in with their newborn, and they're all really concerned, and there's no reason to be concerned. You know, your doctor's office should tell you the only reason you're being sent back is because 2 of these are required by the state, and we can only get 1 of them done in the time that you're here. So that makes me feel a lot better. You know, I did let her know, well, the doctor's office said that there is, that the thyroid levels were elevated, and she said, yeah, that's totally normal for a newborn, which is what I presumed as well. She said it normally balances itself out on the second test that you take. You know, they're less than 24 hours old whenever they get the test done. And so a lot of your hormones and everything are still passing through their body. And so, yeah, it's just, that's why the second screening is required. If they were only slightly elevated, then these will probably come back perfectly normal. So that woman was such a sweetheart to let us know that, so that I don't have to worry. Which, again, like I told you guys, I had decided I wasn't going to worry until I had to anyway. In theory, that's what I had decided. But I do feel a lot better knowing that that more than likely actually is the case. So we're going to head back home. Well, first we're going to call Daddy, tell him the good news. And then we're going to head home. This has been an exciting day.
Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my only you. If you give me one more try, I might just realize that it will always be us two. Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my only you. If you give me one more try, I might just realize